start working on opening up our energy circuits. Let's warm up our hands. Hands are really, they're healing hands. So we're activating them, we're getting some circulation to them before we use them to tap our body. And then you can also scrub the fingers is another way of activating them too. And then scrub really quickly on your knuckles and also on your fingernails. And we should get some activation in the hands. And maybe you feel a little bit of energy between the palms of the hands. It might be a little bit pink, which was great. And then we start to cup or tap the top of your hand. We'll start here. And then we work our way up the arm to the, stay at the elbow. So the major joints want to stay for a couple extra tapping. So again, this is activating our energy circuits. You're also activating collagen production for the skin, which is a great thing for the skin. And then we'll come around the breast, which is a lot of lymph. We have a lot of lymph nodes in this area. So clearing that out, activating those lymph nodes. So it helps to release any kind of waste in the system. And then let's come under the armpit and down to the waist as well. Our side ribs, opening them up, and then come down the inside of the arm. So we're working these cores, these energy cores, these highways. We're opening up, activating our circuits, getting our energy, higher vibration of energy, so we can start our day with a lot of clarity, a lot of energy. It's not stress energy. There's a difference between how much energy you have. Too much energy will blow the light bulb out, right? Not enough energy, you won't get any light from it. So it's finding that balance of too much, not enough. And then we go around, but the morning's a great time to get these energy circuits opened, getting ready for your day, falling in love with self-care. This is part of our self-care. How do you start your day? You don't want to start it with stress because it's just going to get worse during the day, right? That's called life. So why not start it feeling energized, also relaxed at the same time and open and clear. Now let's start, let's tap this area of the lungs again. You can even use sound here. You can even use different octaves. Sounds very healing as well. We'll be talking about healing sounds next month. And then tap that thymus area again. And then we're going to tap down the whole front of the torso, right down to your pubic bone, lymph nodes here. And then again, we're continuing with the purging breath. You're inhaling through the nose and you're exhaling out through the mouth. Continue this purging breath. We won't do it for the whole class, but for this wake up, it's a good time to do the purging breath to release toxins. And then we'll come, let's tap 2 inches below the belly button, wake up our digestive system, make a big circle right to left all around the stomach, getting ready for maybe elimination for the morning. Again, 30% of your toxins are released through your elimination. And then let's tap the hips. We've been working on the hips, get a little bit doing more hip opening today. Let's get some blood flow to the hips with a little bit of tapping here. And then bring the hands behind your kidneys. Adrenals sit right on top of your kidneys, activating the wellspring, tapping down the backs of the legs, backs of the knees, all the way down to your feet. Come up the front of the legs, the shins, tapping the knees, and come up your femur, come up the thigh muscle, right to the groin again, over to the hips again, giving some wake up call for the hips, getting some circulation to the hips. And now we're going to cup down the sides of the legs, inside of the legs, all the way up. Stay at the inner knees a little bit. A lot of us have a lot of knee issues. Just getting some circulation to that area. And then we come to the groin area, and then we tap and we slap this area. This is a lot of lymph nodes sitting in this area. Waking up, it's called the leg gates, waking up the legs, getting circulation to the legs. We want heat to the feet. We want a cooler upper body. And this also opens up those lymph nodes, which we need for moving waste out of the system. And then hold and Notice the tingling or the buzzing you might be feeling. That's your energy circuits opening up for the day. We're going to come, let's elevate our energy. So we inhale, let's rise up and out and all around, bringing our energy out and up, inhaling, rise up with the sun and release. I think the morning's a great time to do some self-care because you're rising with the sun. That's the sun has so much energy. Just a great way to, connect with nature, connecting with the rising of the day. Let's do one more. Let's inhale, exhale, purging breath, letting it all out through the breath. We're going to come into dynamic standing. We start with the feet, feeling your feet touching Mother Earth. Move the feet away, spread the feet away from each other like you're spreading the mat between your feet. This will elevate your arches, and this is where we begin our deep inner core lengthening up. So feeling this energy from your arches, lifting those arches up into the inside edge of the legs. We're going to activate our legs. Press your hands into your legs into your hands, and really activate the legs. This will tuck your tailbone under. It'll also engage your abdominals, and the energy's lifting up. You're lifting your organs up into place because they start to drop, and that's what's called prolapse. We don't want that to happen. We want to lift all that energy up. We also feel better when we're more connected and lifting up. But the shoulders, you don't want all the way up to your ears. Just let them rest down and back. Tuck the chin in just slightly so we're not sticking our neck out. And then for the season of spring, we come into tree posture. These are the limbs of the tree. Soften your knees a bit. And now we come to our 5 points of dynamic standing. 1 is fun. We lift the corners of the mouth up into that inner smile that neurologically creates the brain to say, I feel joy. I'm going to produce dopamine, all the serotonin, all those hormones that help heal your body, that help you feel good. Why would you want to start your day feeling good? You don't want to start your day with all this cortisol drip, that hormone that really creates a lot of inflammation in the system. Let's start our day feeling a little bit more uplifted. Maybe that'll carry us through the day better. And then 2 is shu. We're bringing heat to our feet. We want heat to the lower extremities especially. And 3 is tree. We're visualizing roots from the bottom of our feet into the core, into the crust of the earth. Connect with this energy below you. And then go past the crust. 4 is core. We go past the crust into the biomagnetic fields because we are biomagnetic electricity. We're connecting with this biomagnetic field in the center of the earth. It's called molten lava. It's real, it's solid, and this is what we're tapping into. So now we're turning our power source on. Like your phone, you plug it in for power. We are similar. We're plugging in our power source so we can open up our amps for the day. And then 5's alive. Start to feel this energy moving through your entire being. Keep with a deep breath in and purging out. Dynamic standing, creating internal heat. We want internal heat so we can, when we move, we don't pull or tear anything. If you stood here for 10 minutes, you would probably start to sweat a little bit. So we're creating a little heat internally. Deep breaths connecting, and then we'll release. And now we start the shaking. Shake, rattle, and roll for the day. Get your energy moving again. We're still purging here. So you inhale through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. You can jump up and down on the heels if you want more of a lymphatic fluids moving. It's a great way to let any stress you might be feeling this morning. And yeah, you can wake up with stress. I do. Just sometimes from a bad dream, just kind of worry in itself. I don't want to start my day that way because I know I'm going to be stressed out during the day. I don't want to start the day that way. So this is a great way to release stress. You can use sound here if you need to. Feel like you need to let go of some, extra energy that's not feeling too good. And that's usually stress energy. But this is also working your circulatory system now. We plugged into our power system. Now we're plugging into our circulatory system, getting all the joints activated, circulated, getting ready for the day. Again, we're getting our chi ready. We're moving our chi so we can go into that smooth, easy, even flow. That's what we're going for. Easy, ease, and even flow in our body. And then stop, and then again, feeling that vibration, that tingling, that buzzy feeling, you know you're plugging into your energy source. Let's start to swing. Elevate our heart rate a little bit. We're moving back and forth on the feet. As you inhale, you come forward on the feet. As you exhale, you shift into the heels, getting your heart rate going. You can also use sound here. We're going to use a little bit, we're going to be doing monkey leaps from a tree. This is going to help release some fluid that might be building up in your sinuses or your lungs, especially for allergies. But we'll keep doing this before we start the sound. You can do the purging breath here. Continue with inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth. And let's do monkey leaps from a tree. We inhale and ha it out. So we're compressing here. We inhale, ha, exhale out. Inhale, ha, exhale out. Inhale up, ha, exhale out. Inhale, ha, exhale out. Inhale, ha, exhale out. Inhale, ha, exhale out. And one more, ha, and release. Ha, take a couple deep breaths. Let's do an ah sound. Inhale. Ah, decompressing. We're going to do a little bit more aerobic, trying to get our heart rate up for the day. Deer for the season, make antlers, gallbladder meridians are here. As we inhale, we're rising up when we're stretching our ligaments. Exhale, shift into the heels, bring the arms down, roll them up again. Inhale, liver energy rises. Exhale, gallbladder drains. Inhaling up, liver up. Exhale, gallbladder drains. Inhaling up, exhaling. If you want more of a dynamic, stay on your toes for the whole thing when you're coming down. If you want to engage your thighs a little bit more. Only if you want to, you don't have to. If you want more, then we jump, we spring. This is why we do this in the spring. Deers spring, right? If you watch them, they jump over fences. So we're springing up. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. Remember when we used to jump rope? We could do it for hours. I don't think I can do that now. So here's a little bit of that jumping action. And then we'll release slowly. I can feel my heart beating a little bit faster than before, so that's good. Elevate that heart rate a little bit. Noticing how it's feeling, how your heart feels. It's a muscle, heart's a muscle. We need to exercise the heart as well. And then check in, notice, do you feel like your energy the vibration has raised a little bit? That's what we want to raise that vibration. Now we're going to take our straps. We're going to use the straps today. Straps are great to use for moving with some assistance. So you're going to stretch the strap over your head as far as you can. Now, if you can't do that, do it to where it feels comfortable for you. And we're just going to simply start with a rotation. We're going to go all the way around. Slowly do it, because you don't want to pull anything here. It's still the early morning. Maybe this is probably your first movement that you're going to do besides the energy movement. We're starting now stretching. We warmed up the body, got the energy circuits open. Now we're going to go in and work a little bit deeper in some of these movements and more of a stretch. Springtime is about stretching, opening up the ligaments. And then we go in the warmer months, we do more dynamic muscle toning. But we have to prepare for that. And then you can go from side to side, which is a really nice way to move into a side flexion. Remember, we want to move the spine in 4 directions. So here's our side flexion from side to side. And then we are going to do a little bit more side flexion. One arm is down, one arm is up. And other side, one arm is down, one arm is up. And then you'll come back to center and bring your strap in a little bit so it's like shoulder width apart. And then we can twist here. Soften knees and just go from side to side into a twist. And this feels nice on my back. And if you want to go higher in the thoracic spine, which is hard to get to, you bring the arms up a little bit higher. You could also bring them all the way up to the ceiling if that's okay and feels okay in your shoulder. So we're twisting our spine, twisting flexion, easy, right, to do. Keep a strap nearby. If you're at a computer all day, this is really nice to take a little breaks with this. And then we'll come back and let's do some forward and back flexion. So you can widen your strap a little bit. And we're going to inhale, open up the front of your chest, a little bit of a back bend here. And as you exhale, you round the spine, bringing the chin to the chest into your forward flexion. So we inhale, back and forth. The strap helps for a little bit of support here, bringing the spine forward and back. And then you can go into the side flexion, twisting flexion, back flexion, forward flexion, side flexion, twisting flexion. Inhaling, back flexion, forward flexion, tuck that tailbone under. Inhaling, side flexion, exhaling, side flexion, and then inhaling, twisting flexion. Let's do one more here. Inhaling, back flexion, forward flexion, side flexion, twisting flexion. So we just move the spine and it's 4 rotations. Let's do one more and add again another rotation, full rotation. So this is not a flexion, but it's a rotation. And I really love this also for a direction of the spine as we go all the way around. Then you can release your strap, have it to the side because we're going to use it for our legs in a bit. We're going to come now to our chair. Take your right foot forward and you can hold on to the chair for support. You're going to line your right knee with your right ankle to help support that you don't hurt your knee here. The back leg, lift your thigh towards your hamstring and pull the heel towards the floor. Relax your shoulders. This is high lunge, and this is a great way to open up the hips and support and strengthen the legs. Now, this is my left hip. It might be opposite for you, but if you have your right knee bent, the left hip, don't torque it out. You want it even with your right hip, so they're in alignment with each other. Now, from here, we start to move the sit bones back, the hips back. Keep your right leg completely straight and flat, so you can open up the front of your legs. So we're moving our legs in forward flexion, back flexion. We'll be doing side flexion also. And similar, if that works the hips that way as well. And then you can bend that knee again. Really activate the legs, root down. Think of your belly moving to the back of the spine. Then come onto your heel. Now you can keep the spine, I'm not coming all the way forward, but you can if you want to. It's different for everybody. I'm not ready to do that, but I really feel this deep in my legs. And then one more high lunge. Now we're going to take that right leg back and we take it into a downward facing dog. Nice stretch for the shoulders again. So of course everything's connected. Our side body attaches to the hips as well. The back body attaches to your sit bones. So it all reacts to the hips. Connects to the hips. Let's take the left leg forward, knee right over the ankle, press down through the heel. Think of your thigh, your right thigh, moving to the back of your hamstring. That'll really activate these legs and open up the hips. Your right hip is pointing forward. You're evening them out, the hips, or towards your left. They're even with your torso, I should say. You don't want to twist that right hip. Now move the sit bones back, straightening that front leg, that left leg. Feel the stretch in your shin. We often forget about our shin and our ankle. This is a great stretch for that. And then bending that knee again, and now transition onto your left heel. Feeling that in the back of the leg. And then from here, we'll take this leg back, and now we're in a downward facing dog. And then walk your feet to your chair, and then slowly curl up, one vertebrae at a time again. We're going to do a standing twist. You're going to take your right foot to your chair, taking your left leg, so you're supported with the left leg, your right leg is also being supported by the chair. You're going to take your left hand, place it on your right knee, take your right arm and bring it behind you, and then we twist the spine. Keep the hips centered again. The hips are not moving, and we're twisting our torso, just the torso to your right, towards your right, as far as you can take it comfortably. Take some breaths here. Twists are great for the spine, wringing out the liver, cleaning it out. Deep breaths into the digestive system and into the liver. Full breaths here. Feel that belly lifting with the breath. It'll help massage your internal organs. Taking that right shoulder back, and then we'll slowly release back to center. Nice twist, very deep twist. Taking the left foot on the chair, support yourself with your right leg, feel supported, feel grounded and rooted so you don't fall over. Taking your right hand to your to your left knee, taking your left arm behind you, the gaze is straight ahead, the hips stay centered. For a little bit more engagement, I should have done this on the other side. Bringing that right hand on the inside edge of the left knee. Press your hand into the knee into the hand to support this posture and support this twist. Now twist your torso over to your left into this spinal twist. It's a pretty deep twist, so stay when you feel supported and secure. Then take some deep breaths into the belly, especially so you get a nice massage for all your internal organs. And then we'll release back to center. We're going to do a full forward fold. As we inhale, bring the arms up overhead, and then exhale, we're coming forward. You can bring your hands onto your chair if you like. Work here. If your hamstrings are really tight, soft knees, and then take yourself forward. Now you can rest your head on your chair if you like. To start, you might not need it, but feel that stretch from the pinky toe to your pinky fingers. Deep stretch here. Full body back stretch. And then slowly curl up. Again, one vertebrae at a time. We're going to work our inner legs now. We work the outer edges, the inner edges now. The front and the back, we're working inner outer edges in our wide angle. Chair's nice again. Have it in front of you. Hands on the chair, wide angle for the legs, weights on the outer edges of your feet, feeling the lifts of the arches. And then you bend one knee, feeling the opposite leg opening inside the thigh and on the outside. And then we go to the other direction. So we're bringing our legs, and this also opens the hips in a forward flexion, a back flexion, and side flexion, similar to the spine, same idea. Working the bottom half of our body. Going back and forth, working at your own pace, feeling that opening of the side of your leg, on the inside of the leg, on the outside of the leg. You can also come into a high squat if you want. Slowly bring the legs together. Bring your chair to the side. We're going to bring the legs into an internal rotation. So that was all external rotation. Internal rotation, bringing the knees in towards each other, toes in towards each other, and then root down through the legs, engage your abdominals once again. And you'll feel all the movement coming in. So when you do that, this brings the hips into its other rotation. We're not used to standing this way. So I really recommend doing this if your hips hurt, just to bring your hips into internal rotation. This also broadens your low back when you do that. which helps to take some of the stress off of your low back. So it's kind of like a girdle. Instead of the girdle tucking you in and up, this is taking all those muscles and rotating them in to release the hips and to release your low back. So take a few breaths. Your hands can be here or here, and feel that release of the hips of your low back. And then we're going to transition to our backs on the floor. We're going to do this internal rotation on our backs as well. Have your strap nearby, and also maybe a little support for your neck or your head. Same thing here. Bring your knees together, your toes together, and feel that external rotation, that inner rotation of the hips and of your back. And Oliver's going to sit on me, and I can watch him rise and fall as I breathe. Now, bring the feet back to center. You're going to bring your knees into your chest to feel a little bit of relief from your low back. You can do a couple of that, bringing the knees in and bringing them in and away from your body. And then you have your strap, keeping your left foot flat on the floor, the knees bent, and taking your strap in the ball mount of your right foot. And we start to stretch here. Use the strap to help guide your leg to stretch the back of their hamstring. That's where you want to feel it. You can do little circles with the leg too to start warming up that hip joint again. And then now lower your left leg, keep it charged. And don't roll over on the hips at all. We take this right leg and we're going to bring it out to the side, feeling the inner edge of the leg opening again. This is external rotation of the leg and the hip. We're going to bring the leg now into internal rotation as we bring the strap back, the leg back to center, and taking this right leg over to your left, feeling the opening in that hip joint, that right hip joint. You can also give it a little tap here, get some circulation to that hip, into the glute as well. You can also use your thumb and do some pressure points here as well. These are really nice to do every day if your hips hurt, and most of us hips hurt us. These are just get on the floor and do a couple, do like a minute of this. It'll make a big difference. I forgot to work on our thighs, but we'll come to that. That's on my video to open up the thighs. And then back to center. Let's do a circle again, maybe a little bit bigger. And then lengthen the leg and just notice the difference in your legs. And then bending your right knee, right sole of the foot's on the floor, taking your strap in your left foot, stretch the back of the leg to start. Little circles with the leg. You can make the circle bigger. Drop your right leg so it's flat. So you can make a little bit of a bigger circle. And then take this leg out to the side, opening up the outer, it's an outer external rotation of the hip and the leg. Come back to center, grab a hold of the strap, and take your leg over to your right. Keep that right leg completely flat. Don't roll over it. And then again, you can massage that hip joint here. Maybe a little bit of pressure with the thumb. Feels really nice in this area. And if you've been working on doing this stretch during the week, notice, does it feel a little bit more open than the other day? For me, it has. You can also roll that IT band. Standing, you can roll. You can also roll when you're sitting. That's also on that video that I did on hip opening. It's nice to add in as well. Back to center, and then both legs to the ceiling as we drain out our legs, bringing some blood flow to the hips. Nice deep breaths here again. You're getting lots of, nutrients of the blood coming into your belly, into the hips. And then release the strap and bring the knees into the chest one more time, moving it forward and back. And then you can either just have your knees bent, you can have your knees touching each other if you like, for a little bit of a Savasana, and then release the leg or release the legs straight, whatever feels more comfortable for you. We'll do a short little, instead of transitioning, we're regrouping here in Savasana, lying flat on the floor. Notice your weight into Mother Earth. Let Mother Earth hold you, knowing that she's holding you so you can let go into the earth. You can let go of all your worries, all your stress, all your strain, which helps to create an opening for your body. We've done a lot of opening and stretching. We've elevated our energy, so we've got our circuits are nice and open. Our breath has been cleared out. We've cleared, released toxins, deepened the breath. And since you're on the floor, you can rest your hands on your belly for this little rest and feel the rise and the fall of your breath again. It's really nice to do this lying down because you can really relax here and simply feel the rise and the fall of your belly. It might be a little bit deeper now, a little bit fuller now. Maybe also bring one hand to the chest as you inhale, fill the belly and feel the breath all the way to the chest. And exhaling out. Inhaling your life force, your breath in your body. Let your whole body breathe. Let your whole body feel the rhythm of your breath, the opening of your energy circuits, the opening of your limbs, the opening of your breath. Falling in love with this opening you've created. As you prepare for your day, fully awake, fully energized, also relaxed. Relaxed and energized. Relaxed and open. Preparing for what the day has in store for you, knowing that you can handle anything with complete clarity, strength, energy, and calmness. Not overreacting, maybe witnessing more rather than reacting. React less, witness more. As you inhale and exhale, creating that new pathway. And then release. Maybe bring your knees to your chest again, roll over onto one side. Work your way back to sitting either on the mat or on your chair again, whatever you want to land. Maybe set an intention for your day. Today, I invite into my life. Maybe you could be witnessing the moment. Today, I invite into my life. Let's do 3 rounds of Om. First one is for ourselves, peace. It's the universal sound of peace. The second one will be for your community and anyone who needs some extra energy and light and love. And the third one's for the universe. We're in this together. Let's do our part by sending out good vibrations. So let's inhale first for ourselves. Twice for our community. Third time for the universe. Feeling the vibration deep within inside yourself. Bring the palms of the hands together as we seal this practice, letting it bring for you whatever you need today. And thank you for joining me in this circle of women, of bright light that surrounds us all, and love. Whenever you're ready, begin to transition as we move to the next moment of our life. And namaste to everyone. Thank you for joining me this morning in this practice. And feel free if you need anything, any questions, any comments, anything at all, or feel free to just tap out, get ready for your day.